Hello everyone, Ishani here. Thank you for stopping by at my channel. This video is for Save the Crafty YouTuber Hop, which is a celebration of card making video tutorials created by a group of talented crafters of all different styles. And I'm sure you've already seen some amazing projects along the way. All you have to do is watch, like the video, consider subscribing, and click the link in the video description box below to hop to the next video. Don't forget to comment because we have tons of prizes to give away. And for that, we are so thankful to our sponsors. I'll let you know what you can win at my channel and more details at the end of the video. With spring in the air and cherry blossom season here, I thought of creating this floral card with vellum flowers. I love the subtle color on these flowers. And I'm using Pretty Pink Posh's cherry blossom stamp and vellum paper of 150 GSM by Craft Angles for this card. I'll be using these smaller flowers and the bud for my card, and I start with prepping my surface with anti-static powder. And then I stamp my flowers with Versamark ink. I'll also be using gold embossing powder and heat embossing them. I stamped my other flowers similarly on the paper, and because there were portions not stamped perfectly, I use an embossed pen to fill in the gaps. Heat embossing is one of my favorite techniques, and gold makes it prettier. You have to remember that vellum paper can warp easily, so leave the heat gun on for a few seconds and then bring it to the paper. Now that I have my flowers ready, I take my scissors and cut just outside the golden edge. For coloring my flowers, you will notice that a flower has golden raised edges on one side, which is the front of the flower, but we will be coloring on the back side of the flower. I'm using Copics for coloring, but I'm sure you can use any alcohol marker for this technique. Because vellum cannot absorb the ink as well as a paper does, we will only use minimal layers just for a good blended look. I'm going to use only two pinks, a darker and a light color. I started with fuchsia RV09 in the center of the flower and then blended out with RV02. I'm using the broader tip, as in my opinion, the broader tip leaves less streaks. I turn my flower and keep checking how much pigment can be seen from the front side. And to get more color, I bring my darker color again. In the same way, I color all my flowers and the buds. For the stems of the bud, I use YG17 and G28. And here are my cherry blossoms ready for adorning a branch. For the branch, I am using a stamp from an MFT stamp set, and on Nina Solar White 80-pound paper, I stamp my branch with a Copic friendly ink. I don't need the leaves, so I don't bother stamping them. For coloring, I am using 3 browns to color the branch. I am starting with E09. Then I take E15. And then the lightest of my color, E34. And after my branch was done, I cut it just at the edge of the stamped image and use a black pen to cover the edges. To assemble the card, I take an A2 size blush pink cardstock by Craft Angles and iris paper, which is an inch smaller than the pink cardstock, so that it gives a border of half an inch around it. I will run the pink cardstock through the stitched whirl die for the card base. And for the card base, I am taking dual texture white paper by Craft Angles and make a top folding note card. Then I stamp congratulations from an Altenew set on my white paper and stick my whirl background to the white card base with tacky tape. I'm using foam tape for the white topmost panel. And then I adhere my branch, which starts from the pink area, for which I use a little foam rectangle, and for the rest I stick it with glue. Now for the flowers, I arrange them and then stick them one by one. The best choice to me is a strong tape runner. I'm using Tombo's Extreme Adhesive Tape Runner for the flowers. Let me tell you about the prices now. You don't have to comment on every hop, but more you do, better your chances. Comments must be left by 5th April and prices will be announced on 10th April at Justin's channel and her blog, which will be linked on 10th April in my video description too. Please indicate if you're located in the US or international so that the prizes can be awarded appropriately, as some of the prizes, not all, have restrictions on them. On my channel, you could win $25 gift certificate to Simon Says Stamp, sponsored by Jennifer McGuire. And I'm so thankful to her and to Justine for organizing this hop. And here are my Vellum Spring Blossoms on a clean and simple card for congratulating a friend this spring season. I hope you liked my tutorial and will give me a thumbs up. I'm linking the supplies used in the description box below and the social media links to my account. I hope you'll check out my work. Thank you very much for stopping by and for all the love. Have a great day ahead. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.